Hello everyone, you're watching Mirror TV and welcome to this video. This is a video where this is mainly about WWE and I wanted to talk about SummerSlam, which is coming up in 5 days from now, and how I could talk through this with aka the mindset of Vince McMahon and the WWE writers, and what I think you should do, what you have to do, and what you cannot do. Alright? So start things off real quick. WWE Universal Championship will be on the line for the first time in the Greatest Royal Rumble, where we all know that botch segment, with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Just same old crap stories. And what this is mainly about the Universal Championship, all right? Because it seems as though as they don't want to listen, they don't want to get their head straight, and basically it is because this little jackass of a part-timer is Vince's golden boy, which is confirmed. And what I want to do is I want to try to make this the reasonable argument of why I think you have to do this, or you're going to turn WWE and SummerSlam into a massive failure. And you don't want that, do you? You want to keep the monies going in. You want to keep the ratings going up. You don't want to fall apart like you're doing it right now. So that's the main reason why I am making this video right now. Alright? We saw the return of Dean Ambrose last night with his good little haircut. Cool looking heelish type of character, if you ask me. With that, you got to capitalize on it. If you could turn him heel, turn on Seth Rollins, or maybe not. You wanted to build momentum up again. That's all fine with me. Anything you do, it's all right with me. Now, the rosters. I want to talk about the Raw rosters, specifically the mid-carders, where wrestlers like Baron Corbin and Finn Balor, those type of guys deserve a lot better. They are such underrated people. Baron Corbin is doing alright right now, but what has Finn Balor done? He has not had his rematch. He barely wins, which is bullcrap because he is the most talented guy on a roster ever to this day, and people like you are not even seeing it right because he's a tiny guy. You made it a storyline too. He's a tiny dude that just flops and flops and flops. Let me remind you, first ever Universal Champion, longest reigning NXT champion, IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Everywhere he goes, he's champion. Did you forget that? I think not. And because he's not doing a demon thing anymore, you're really going to punish him for that? I feel like this is the punishment. You put in a jobber matches where it's just like, it's not fair, and you basically turn him into a jobber. And when he does win, it's usually huge. And I want it to continue that way. And you have to capitalize on it. If you do that, you're going to elevate his career as what he deserved. Same thing with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin too. He was a monster in NXT. A third winner of the Andre Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 32. Probably the first guy. Actually, no, never mind. Not the first guy. Cesaro. It was the first guy to win as he was in NXT. But you get my point. You get my point. Do not F up these wrestlers again. That is not fair to them. They worked so hard to get to where they are now, and you're not even using them properly. And that is a disgrace. Drew McIntyre, so when Bobby Roode, you basically ruined his career. The only way to elevate his career now is to turn him heel at SummerSlam. If you do that, you will, and I promise you this, elevate his career. That is a do thing. What you do not do is not let them out of SummerSlam, which I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to do, because he deserves a lot more. He deserves a lot more. And another thing, Another thing you have to consider this: the Universal Championship. This is the most important. Ever since he won at WrestleMania 33, people were stoked because then he'll be showing up a lot more. And boy, we were wrong. We were absolutely wrong. And you know what? Because of that, ratings are down. Universal Championship is the very least important. It sucks. You know what? The whole belt sucks. What am I saying? And you basically made the biggest mistake in your whole organizations. And you can, and it's not too late. People say it's too late. It's not too late if you act on it now. If not, then it's too late, because you effed up the Universal Championship's importance, let alone the Raw ratings. You wonder why Raws are so bad? Let me give you the reasons. One reason: too many rematches. Two, too many disqualifications. Three, horrible storylines. Four, one guy being overpushed as Vince's boy. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, for example. Win-loss records are absolute meaningless. They're absolutely meaningless, and you know what? That is why. 3 matches are not happening. The good matches aren't even happening. And when it does, it usually ends in a DQ. Especially main events. Main events, ever since from Greatest Royal Rumble to Money in the Bank, it has been awful. And you can fix that if Triple H takes over. And with that out of the way, now let's focus on Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. This is what you must do. This is what you must do. And I will get on to the don'ts do in just a second. This is what you must do. I don't care how you do it. Take the belt off of Brock Lesnar. That is a must do. I'm not going to say you have to do it. It's a must do. You need to do it. This is one of the ways you can save Monday Night Raw. If that doesn't happen, then now let's get to the don't. Because if this doesn't happen, if that didn't happen, you can have him retain and not have him show up for at least until WrestleMania 35. That is a don't. Do not let this happen, because it is being reported that he just might re-sign with the company. And he's being advertised to come to Brooklyn on Monday night with the Universal Championship. And God Almighty, if that happens, you are going to be doomed. Do not let that happen. He's the worst Universal Champion of all time. He doesn't show up wherever he only shows up on big pay-per-views, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. Maybe Greatest Royal Rumble, but that was the inaugural pay-per-view. And Roman Reigns should have won on both of those pay-per-views. And you know what? I can't believe I'm saying it, because he's the most overpushed bastard in the whole WWE, and it's annoying. But this is your best idea you can never come up with. And you know what? Capitalize on it. If he stayed with Brock Lesnar, just get the belt off of him. Maybe you could put it in the match with Bobby Lashley. That's what you could do. It doesn't have to necessarily be a title match. Just make it a match. Simple, like Goldberg versus Lesnar in Survivor Series. That's what you can do. That's what, if you want to do it, then do it. That's a match people want to see. This is the biggest do here. Listen to your fans. I cannot stress this enough. Listen to the fans. If they have a problem and they keep complaining about it for months and months and months, then you have a problem too. Alright? Do not let that happen. Do not have him keep the belt after SummerSlam. That will derail the ratings, and you could lose billions of dollars. Guarantee. And if that happens, the only person you can never blame is yourselves. And that's why I made this video, to warn you, if that happens, then you're going to lose a lot of money. Do not let that happen. Here's what could happen. Roman Reigns wins clean over Brock Lesnar. It is rumored to have that happen. And God, please let that happen. Have Roman Reigns clean. Maybe pair up with freaking Paul Heyman. Yeah, I know. We saw the segment last night. But pair him up with Paul Heyman. Turn him heel. That's what you could do. Or, the more logical thing is if one of them wins, which I hope it's Roman Reigns, have Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens cash it in and they become Universal Champion. That's what you could do. I'm mostly hoping that Kevin Owens does it, honestly. Braun Strowman is being booked as a monster. And, yes, it is nice for him to see the Money in the Bank briefcase. But, come on. Does he need it? I don't think he needs it. Just have him lose this SummerSlam and he could just win the Universal Champion on his own. He doesn't need a briefcase. He's a monster. Braun. Kevin Owens is the one that needs a briefcase. You know? That was a big mistake you made Money in the Bank, by the way. Not that it mattered, but it's just like, you know, usually heels win the briefcase. Like Alexa Bliss, for example. That's what you could have. You could have had Kevin Owens win, but you chose to go the other way around. Right now, you have an opportunity to do so. Have Kevin Owens win the briefcase and have a cash in after the match. And have him become Universal Champion. That's what you can do. But this is the must do. Take the belt off of Brock Lesnar. Okay? I think I said enough already. Him winning, retaining the Universal Champion, boom, SummerSlam's over. You're dead, WWE. Do not let that happen. Alright? I will keep my close eye on it on SummerSlam. Alright, everyone. This has been James Mira TV. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Black Ops 3. Bye, everyone.